Damn. You mean to tell me I was the problem the whole time? That was my first thought when I realized that I was the biggest problem in my life. Life is about destroying yourself. It's about literally killing yourself, because the current you is what's killing you. It's not other people. It's not what's even around us. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I don't like the current state of the world, but my biggest enemy, and what will always be my biggest enemy, is myself. We have this weird side to us as human beings where we have this side that seems to enjoy self-sabotage. We know what we have to do logically, and yet we have this side of us that just takes over and makes us do the counterintuitive. Like, you have to wake up early tomorrow, but yeah, you're gonna stay up till 3 a.m. because that's when your favorite show comes out. Or you need to eat healthy, and yet you're going to all these fast food restaurants that are slowly killing you. I realized that self-sabotage part of myself, it's not only ingrained in everyone walking around, but I was too indulgent in it. I was too quick to embrace that side of myself. And I said, what is it going to take for me to destroy myself? What's it going to take for me to stop getting in my own way? So when I really broke it down, I was like, okay, why am I doing the bad things that I'm doing? Why am I self-sabotaging myself? Well, it's in the pursuit of pleasure. It's in the pursuit of dopamine. They say that pleasure is actually the cause of suffering. The pursuit of pleasure is the cause of suffering. And I never quite understood that. I always ask myself, how? Because pleasure is what we use to escape suffering. Yes, but that's actually in the short-term sense. I finally understand it now. Delayed gratification is the key to life, simply because the pleasure comes, but it comes at a delayed rate that isn't going to allow you to self-sabotage yourself. The short-term fix is so appealing until you realize that there's no long-term sustainability. There's no long-term comfort in it. It's really crazy, man. It's really nuts. I've always been my biggest enemy in life. It's always been me. I've always been the final boss. And yet I deluded myself into believing and blaming other people for my shortcomings. Whole time, it's the man in the mirror. I finally get it after all this time. And when I put my frustrations inward, when I began to dismantle and destroy myself, it's funny how everything just starts to come and fall into place. It's funny how I've become my most disciplined, hardworking version, because I stopped looking outward and I started looking inward. This sense of self, this sense of confidence, it cannot be fabricated, because I know I have the discipline to deliver on what it is I want to do. I know what I do from the start of my day to the end of my day, because my focus is always on myself now. It can be kind of daunting too when you finally say, I'm going to point the blame at myself. I'm going to finally take accountability and say, you know what? I'm the reason for my shortcomings. I'm the reason my life looks the way it does. It can seem daunting, but it's actually empowering. It's empowering because you now give yourself the power to change your life. See, a lot of the times as human beings, we surrender our power because we blame our life on outside circumstances. However, when you take full accountability, it's not daunting, because you know you're the one in charge of changing the direction of your life, and you can change it. So once I realized that, I was able to realize how much power I really had, and it motivated me to destroy myself even more. I'm just chiseling away at that ego that's kept me shackled. And it feels so good. I tell people, they think I'm crazy. They think I must be suffering from success, because I know now that this is the key to get everything I ever wanted in life. It's always been to destroy myself. You don't got to destroy other people, beat other people. Beat down yourself. That's what the voice inside my head keeps telling me. Beat down myself. And I'm just so happy I finally came to the conclusion, because after coming to the conclusion, I can go about things exactly how I want to. I'm not becoming less of myself by destroying myself. I'm becoming more of myself, because what I considered to be myself wasn't even myself, dog. Ooh. And I'm over here giving you guys these bars for free. So life is beautiful, because the deeper you go into the game, the more frustrated you get with your own decisions. And that's for a reason, because we all have that dark side to ourselves that just wants to sabotage us, even though the good side of ourselves knows what we want to do and what we want to get out of this life. So I'm simply identifying more so with the good, higher side of myself, and I'm destroying this bad side of myself until that guy's not even in the equation. He's not even a factor. You don't have to be perfect. We all come up short. However, it's the direction that I have now. All that aggression, we feel all this aggression in this life. Sometimes we feel angry, frustrated. You want to put your hands up and just hit something. You take all that aggression, you point it at yourself, and it's crazy how everything just seems to fall into place. It's crazy how one thing can change your entire life, and that thing is just a simple perspective. Now that I have this perspective, there's nothing that I cannot accomplish, because the perspective is what I was missing the whole time. It was the lack of perspective that kept me shackled and blaming other people. I'm thinking, oh, if I only didn't have to be around these people, or if I only had a different job, or if only I had a different circumstance. No, if I only had a different mindset, bro. If I only had a different mindset, it doesn't matter the people, the circumstances, where I'm at. It's going to work because of the mindset. The mindset is truly everything that matters, because how we think literally shapes our reality. It literally shapes it. There's nothing else that shapes our reality other than our thoughts. So in figuring out that I was my biggest enemy, I was the final boss, I was able to take ownership and way more control over my reality than I had before. It's all about where we point our aggressions, because it's almost like a natural part of life. We like to have someone to blame. We like to have a bad guy to say, you're the reason why things are going wrong. So I just made it myself. But not in a negative way to where I'm tearing down and being so self-deprecating. I did it in a way to where I have confidence knowing the only thing I got to worry about is myself. That's the only thing I got to worry about. And it's beautiful, because while all this chaos and commotion is going on, while everyone's focus is so outward, while all these distractions are on, every corner, the only thing I'm looking at is the man in the mirror. That's the only thing I'm looking at. Like, how many times have I been in situations and I'm just thinking to myself, who do I have to blame here? And I always find someone to blame, someone that conveniently isn't me. And I drink the Kool-Aid so much, so to speak, that I start to believe it. I start to brainwash myself into believing that it's not me who has all this ownership over my life. It's all these other circumstances. However, that's taking power away from me, and I'm not ever doing that again. This is where the discipline comes from. This is where the power comes from. It comes from ownership and accountability and self-actualization. I've always been my biggest enemy. I've always been my biggest enemy. And because of that, I know exactly who I have beef with. I know exactly who I got problems with. I know exactly who needs to be dealt with. That's me. So guys, I hope you guys realized and took some away from this video. We blame a lot of other things, but for me, I had to come to terms that my biggest enemy has always been myself. Always been myself. And now that I understand that, I can go forward with power. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you do something positive today. It's Dipsy. It's another day out in beautiful Boston. I'm enjoying the weather. I'm gonna catch you guys later, man, and peace out.